So this is the biggest module and one of my most favorite things to teach anyone new in the salon or anyone new in the industry. And that's how to market yourself on social media. One of the things I call it is shopping for clients, which that sounds bad, but it's kind of funny. So I'm just going to show you how to reach out to people and not be afraid, because I'm going to sound old here, but back in my day, we used to go meet people out in public and hand out our cards and all that stuff. Like even business cards are almost the way of the past. And I have some really cool things that you won't need a business card, and it will help you grow your clientele everywhere you go. And also, if you have downtime in the salon, you can use these practices to start to communicate with guests. Now, this can feel very, very like you're wasting your time. It can feel like a huge time suck, but sometimes these tactics take over a year to actually come into play. But just know that you're helping your future self. And the more content you build on your page, the better it looks and the more you'll get this to work for you. So we're going to talk a little bit about bio, content, highlights, everything to do with Instagram today. So this is Irene. Irene is a brand new stylist in our salon. This is her first time ever doing a call like this or being recorded. It's actually my first time using the tech like this to actually record a call to give out. So welcome, Irene. So we are going to do a deep dive into Irene's page today. So if you're watching, this is nerve-wracking for her. So give her a little love and a little support because this is her first time. But we're going to look over her page and we're going to work on her page together. And we're going to look at what you should do and what not to do. I'm also going to pull up a couple other people's pages that I think do really well. And you have to look at the audience. So with my page, I have a different audience than what Irene is trying to build, right? So, I'm a different level stylist. I've been in the industry a lot longer. My clientele is people that are in business, business professionals, higher ups, managers and CEOs and just very wealthy kind of people and very busy people. I also do a lot of dancers' hair and different things like that, but I only work 3 or 2 mornings a week. So it's not very much time, and it has to be people that can fit those times. So I can't do busy mom's hair or teacher's hair or different things like that. But Irene's demographic is going to be a little bit more of the moms, the teachers. And the other thing about your demographic is, I don't know if you knew this, Irene, but your demographic is usually within 10 years of your age. That's usually where your happy spot of demographic is. Although I do have a handful of younger stylists that love old ladies, which I absolutely love old ladies too. They're so cute, but that's not going to be the majority of your clientele. And if you want to do vivids, that's definitely not your clientele. So it really depends on who you want in your chair and things like that. But we're going to walk through that on another module of your dream clientele. But on this one, you need to have your dream clientele figured out and then market to that dream clientele. So I kind of got a couple of things going here in my lap. So let's see if I can make this happen. All right. So we're going to go to the search and we're going to look up Irene. And this is her page so far. She has a couple of things here. So it says beauty, cosmetic, and personal care up here. So we're going to want to change that to hairstylist. And then in your name, where it says Irene, you're going to also add hairstylist. Hang on one second. Let me look back at my page. So see on my page where I have Las Vegas salon owner. So you want to change this title to have your city and what someone is going to look up to find you. So if you want to be a vivid artist, you need to type in your name, your city, vivid specialist, or vivid artist, vivid hair color, whatever it is. So Irene, if you go, I'm going to walk you through it on my phone so you can do it on yours. You go to your edit profile and then your name right here is what you want to change. So Irene, if I like your first and last name. And also if you have a handle that's not your first and last name, you want your first and last name here because clients are going to look you up by what you give them in your first and last name, right? I like that your name is there. And then let's add Las Vegas. Do you want to do Las Vegas hairstylist? Okay. I think that's a good one to do. So change that part there. So we're just going to walk through a lot of this. It's going to be very slow. If you already know this part, skip this part, but you might have a few things that pop out. So, okay. So then you have, so pronouns are really big in our industry. We just started and joined a movement called Hair Has No Gender. So if you are on board with pronouns and supporting anyone in the LGBTQ community in all of those areas, you want to have your pronouns listed because that just means that you're a safe place for people like that to go. And I support everybody. So I totally have mine there. It's up to you if you want to do it or not. So go ahead and change that if you'd like. If not, there's no judgment. I just really like to make sure everyone feels welcome in my chair. So I add mine. And whatever your pronouns are is what you put. So your bio, the best thing to do on your bio is actually to go, I've said before in my videos, I'm all about Apple products, everything. So that's all I use. So if I go to my notes and then I add a new note and then I write Instagram bio and then I add things there. So what do you want people to know about you? And this is where I see very differently between other people in the hair industry, because a lot of people in the hair industry will just write highlights, cuts, whatever. But I want people to know who I am. I want people to come to me because they share the same values as me, and I want to attract the right demographic. So you want to do it on your notes. So it's going to say Las Vegas hairstylist already at the top. So you can remove that line on yours because you had that below it, but now it's in your title. So you don't have to have it there. So you can say vivid hair color, and maybe you put like a rainbow emoji. I don't know, whatever you want to do, or maybe even the unicorn one. And then you said corrective color, and then maybe you do like color, maybe type in artist. Yeah, you could do like this, and then creative haircuts. Do you want to do like mullets? Okay, just say mullets then, like mullets, shaglets. We'll try creative and we'll go from there. You could totally do that too. So I'm just doing an example here. I almost want to put like a wolf next to this for like the wolf cut because everyone knows it, but I don't know. You could do maybe, let's see what other emojis are there. Haircut. Oh, I mean, you could just do like this person that doesn't look feminine or masculine, so it's like everybody. So you could say boy mom and dog lover or animal lover or anything like that, but you want to have something that you're passionate about other than hair in your bio. So we're going to say bookworm, and then you can do emojis. Like, you got to make it fun, but also these things are accessible when people search. And then I would put boy mom. I don't know, something like that. And then what you're going to do is copy this from here exactly in this order. And then you're going to go back to your bio and you'll paste it there. Oh, you can also tag your salon. You should also do that because then you pop up when someone looks up the salon name. But make sure you have a space. Otherwise, it won't be a hyperlink. So, I have different things in my bio because I'm attracting different people. There's so many ideas out there on what to do with this. Just have something is all I'm saying. Like, this is a place to start. You can grow it from there. So we can update that with whatever words you want to use, whatever emojis. You don't have to use emojis. I just think it's more fun. And then I have in there that I'm a rescue pit bull mom because I'm very passionate about that. I don't love when people buy their dogs, but that's just a whole other conversation. So then you can have links. I use DirectMe, but I'm thinking about going back to Linktree because it makes you click off of Instagram and then it's weird when it pops up, but maybe there's a setting I just need to update on it. But you can also just add the website to book online with you. So you could just add aperfecthue.com, which is our website, to that right there. That way people can click your link and then find you and book. Or you can go find, once we get your photo in your bio on the website, we also tag your Instagram. So once that's up, you can go and take that link and post it right here in this page. That way people can click to book with you. So your page, I'm a creator on my page. I think to boost your posts, you need to have a business page, but creator gives you more songs with your reels. So creator is the better way to go as an artist. And then under category, we want to change it to hairstylist. So you just look up hairstylist. It didn't used to be a category, so it's okay that you had the other one before. Most people have that one, and then they just didn't know that hairstylist became a thing. So you want to change your category to hairstylist. Oops. Okay. And then your contact options, depending on where you work, because this course is for all types of hairstylists, whether they might be independent, they might work for a salon, they might be, a commission stylist, rental, all the different things. You should have a professional email handle. If you're in a commission salon and you don't want to handle your own bookings and you want the front desk to do it for you, you should just put all the salon information on this. This is just your outgoing information. So like what the public will see. So they can click to either text or email us. So I have the salon phone number and I have the salon email on here. You can also add WhatsApp for business phone number. So it might be a good thing to do for, I don't know, I think clients might be annoyed by that. But if you are independent, I highly suggest getting like a Google number or a separate number that you don't have to answer during certain times. It just gives you that time freedom. When you're off. And that's just one thing about setting boundaries. Because a lot of people will think that they have to answer 24 hours a day, but I want you all to not do that. In the beginning, you're going to want to because you're so excited. You're just starting. You want to get every client in your chair. But as you grow into the industry, you have to set those boundaries and make sure you don't do that. I turned off the show threads in my badge because I'm just not really using threads. If you're using it, you can turn that on. Okay, so that's the beginning. So now let me go back to your page. And if anything crazy shows up on my For You, I don't know. I'm always scared to open my Instagram or TikTok on things because I'm like, there's some crazy stuff that pops up on there sometimes. Okay, so we need to add some highlights to your page. So I'm going to walk you through on my page and I'm just going to update one of mine, but it's kind of a similar way. So you're going to go to your hamburger again, and then you're going to go to archive. And then these are all the stories that I posted yesterday. So I'm going to let's do this one because it's like a client testimonial. And then see where it says more. Just kidding. You can do highlight. There it goes. And then it shows me the ones to add. Now yours might not pop up like that, so you'll probably have to hit new. I'm actually just going to add her to Salon Life. So now I added her there. So now when I go back to my page, see how Salon Life is popped up first? That's what I just added to that highlight. And if I open it, it shows all the old ones and then the newer ones. So sometimes you got to go through and delete some. I totally need to update mine right now. But these are the ones I have. Everyone is going to be different. So if you have those 3 categories of services you want to do, I would have maybe those 3 highlights, or I would have just one category to start of like hair or hair that I love or like my work or something like that. And then I call it Salon Life. And I just put like, I don't know, I put that I was getting my hair washed. I put Violetta sporting our shirt, me sporting our shirt, just whatever, client reviews. So me and Ashley planning. So I highly suggest one highlight that says just Salon Life or hair or whatever. I want to focus on hair extensions. So I have a whole hair extensions one where I have some how-to videos. I have some things about different types of extensions and how they're placed so people can see a visual, like how to maintain extensions, just different things like that. And then of course my dogs, because I'm all about my dogs. So if you you're a boy mom, you should put some family, like a couple, maybe 3 or 4. It doesn't have to be 15 or 20. I have so many on here because my clients come in and they're like, oh, how's the dogs? And I show them my page and I just flip through and I'm like, oh, these are the latest of them. Like people love to see dogs. I have a work with me one. I have an openings one. Honestly, that openings one is so outdated. I shouldn't have it on my page if I'm not updating it. But if you are a new stylist, you should have it on your page and you should always be posting in that. Our specials are, super outdated too. I'm not great at keeping up on my own, but I really like this last one. So go ahead and screenshot these if you want. It's made on Canva, and I'm actually going to walk you through on Canva real quick on how to make your highlight covers before we're done with this call. So how to book and what to expect, consultation required. And I don't require a consultation, but as a new stylist, I know you're going to want to, because you're going to want to make sure that you have all of your time set up. The way that I book in the salon, I have extra hands, so I don't have to have, a certain amount of time. I just book with no finish time. But it says we can consult in person or video chat, DM me to schedule. And then a selfie taken in front of the window, 3 inspirational photos, 3 times you're available. See, I don't even have my availability updated because I'm only Monday and Wednesday now, but I could probably do a consult on a Tuesday too. And then pricing, and that probably needs to change, but kind of just like a rough estimate, and think of your dream clientele and your highest ticket and say that's what you want. Put it out there and manifest it. And then hair extensions, and I talk about what kind and some pictures of them so people can kind of see what it looks like. And then first visit, minimum of 3 hours. As a newer stylist, you're probably going to have that be longer. Really just depends. And then the biggest thing here, DM response time. 72 hours. I don't respond immediately. Sometimes I do. I like to live on Instagram. I'm always in my DMs, which is my favorite part of social media. And then it just says, I'm excited to work with you. And it also, you can always expect to have 2 or 3 of us working on you. This allows me to teach new stylists for your experience to be more enjoyable. So, and it shows me and another person, and this person isn't even an associate anymore, but she was when this picture was taken. So I think that that's cool to kind of do that. Let's see. You also have a professional dashboard that you can look at. You can look at how many accounts are reached. Since I just started doing a lot more reels, there's this badges. Oh, achievements. This makes it really addicting for me. I got 500 posts. I got 2,500 stories, 1,500 followers, a smash hit, reels, and then it shows all these other ones, and it wants you to hit them. It's addicting now. I want to hit all these. I'm super competitive. So that's under there if you want to know that stuff. But take a look, and I'm not going to go through all of that, but look at it. But as you look at my page, it's all reels. When's the last static post I put up? It's literally all reels. So reels is what sells. Instagram just put all their money into reels. Now, I did just start doing all this more curated content like this. You could go look at these. So I started paying this guy in India to edit my videos for me for $10 a reel. So it's great to find someone to edit your reels for you if you don't have time. And then if you create 8 reels a month that are very created and really good, then you can spend $80 a month for someone to do a lot of your social, and then you just do the funner ones. Okay, let's go back to Irene's page. Here we are. So she has a couple of reels, but then she also has some of the multiple page slides. Those are good too. So if you're going to do carousel, you want to have 2. And this is some work that we created recently. And oh my God, her hair is so pretty. Actually, I didn't even look how pretty this was until I'm looking at it right now. It looks so good with the purple wall too. So and then here she tagged me, which because she does work with me, I don't request that you tag me ever. You can literally pretend you did that on your own. I don't feel butthurt about it. But if you work with other stylists, you should totally tag them or ask them how they feel about it before you make a decision. Now, the one thing that you want to do, if it's something like this, you get more views by it playing over and over, or people looking at it or staying on your post longer. So you want to write a little bit more beefy caption and tell a story in your caption. So you wrote Dimensional Copper in a collaboration with me, which is good, but maybe you write what services she got done, so that if a client looking at this was oh, I want that color. I don't always agree with writing all the pricing just because I don't know how the client feels about that. And I never want to make my clients feel uncomfortable by me blasting how much they paid on their services on my Instagram. That's just not who I am. I know there's a lot of, famous artists that do that, but I would write that we did a partial balayage, and then we did a gloss, a haircut, and we did a blowout and flat iron on this guest. And say something like, now she's ready for summer break because she's a teacher. And then I would hashtag teachers Las Vegas hairstylist, Las Vegas salon, everything with your city name. No matter what city you're in, this works for every city. You want people to look you up on Las Vegas and you to pop up. So she used these tags, Copper Hair Inspo. She did use LV hairstylist in Las Vegas. So those are good. But if you look at this Las Vegas hashtag, there's so much on here and it's a lot of strip, which is like tourists. So I try to avoid just straight Las Vegas unless it's Las Vegas influencer, Las Vegas photographer, Las Vegas lashes, Las Vegas, anything your demographic is going to search to find you is what I want. And because I do a lot of performers' hair on the strip, I do like Las Vegas photographer, influencer, makeup artist a lot because they might look up those things and then find me as a hairstylist. So you want to kind of do your hashtag search. And then, I love like the Redken and the K18, and this is what most people know to do. So don't take this like I'm coming down on you harsh, right? I'm just being very honest and like we're just having a conversation about it. She's also given me permission to do this. So, but if I look up K18, like it's so used in the industry and some clients will look up K18, but I'd rather see K18 Las Vegas. I don't even know if that's a hashtag that anyone's using, but K18, you're going to attract more hairstylists or like get a hair brand to notice you, which sometimes I think actually the better hashtag to use instead of Redken or K18 would be Las Vegas Redken Stylist. A lot of people search that. So whatever brand you're using of product, I would say your city, the brand, and stylist, because I can't tell you how many people move to Las Vegas and find us because we're a Redken salon. So I love Redken and I always love them, but I think that would be a good hashtag to use. I do love that you have music on this one, and music will help you a lot too because they want you to use all their features. And then if you were ever going to do a before and after, you would want the after to be the main photo and the before to scroll. Some stylists in beauty school, for whatever reason, do the befores first. Their whole page is a bunch of befores and it doesn't look like very good content. So, and a lot of schools teach you to put backs of heads, or you're not sure on how to post faces yet, but faces get more views. So even this one where you see part of her face, you see her eyelashes and it's something different, you're going to get more views on that. And if you looked at your views, you had 83 likes, so that's really good. I see one of my friends liked it. That's interesting. Or one of my old clients liked it. So that's interesting. I wonder if you know her. We'll talk about it later. I love that you're posting you, but what I don't see is a lot of you and who you are and in all these things that we're going to put in our bio, right? So I need to see a day in the life of Irene. I need to see a weekend off with Irene. I need to see a getaway or a family day or a picnic or a cookout or grocery store trip or something. I don't know, like you go to walk around the mall for a day. Something fun to show that you're not always just working. We don't want to advertise that we just work 24/7. That's when clients expect that we're going to answer in 2 minutes. Although there is a study this year in 2024 that clients are expecting you to respond back to them in 7 minutes, which is why we use automation in our salon, which is why you should put the salon number and all that on your page. So when they reach out and we miss their call, our automation kicks in literally 30 seconds after we miss their call, gives them an online booking link, or if we're closed, it tells them we're closed during certain hours, and we'll let them know that we'll get back to them as soon as we can. So automation is really big. You could pay for it yourself if you're not in a salon that has it, but the company that we use is incredible. It is a little pricey, but it's worth it. So we've talked about pictures. We've talked about the slides. I think I want to talk a little bit more about reels and then look at a couple other pages. Right. And we live in a tourist city, so this isn't going to apply to everyone watching, but depends on where you live. Let me go just a little bit deeper on that since that was your biggest takeaway. So if I go here and I look up my city, Las Vegas, and I do a search and then I hit this button tags, this is all of the hashtags for Las Vegas. So you should do your hashtag research, right? So you can only do it on your phone. You cannot do it on a computer. That's why I have the phone tagged in here. But see, like Las Vegas photographer, Las Vegas life, Las Vegas party is probably going to be a tourist. Las Vegas local is a good one. I also really like to do like real estate, or if you're going to specialize in vivid colors, you're going to want to do tattoo artist for your city. And that brings us to the next part that we're going to. So I want you to look up these hashtags and I want you to click on them and see what's posted and see if that's a hashtag you want to show up on and do some research. But do you agree if you want to do vivid hair and the haircuts you're looking at, you want to have tattooed people in your clientele? You could also hashtag LGBTQ if you're very welcoming and open to that and have your pronouns on your page. Like you could also market to that genre, because I feel like they are a little more funky and I love that. But everyone is. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. But let's look up Las Vegas tattoo artist. So if we look up these tattoos, it's going to be tons of tattoos, right? Like this is really pretty. It's so funny. I've been talking to this tattoo artist about doing a tattoo for me. That's the first one I pull up. Just scroll down and find like, oh, that's kind of pretty. Okay. This girl, Leah, she's cute. She looks like maybe she could use her hair done, right? She is followed by another hair salon who I know. And then you can even see like who she's followed by. She knows a bunch of hairstylists. Maybe she's in a solo suite or something. Anyways, you can hit follow. So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to hit follow. I'm going to like this. I'm going to like this. I'm going to like this. And I'm going to say, love this. And then I'm going to go click on her page again. I'm going to send her a DM. And I will have some scripts that I'm going to attach to this meeting link. And everyone on the call will have access to these scripts. And Irene will get those too. So I'm going to be like, hey, Leah. I'm going to change this because it's coming from my account. Okay. But I'm going to tell you what you're going to use because I am actually doing this live just so that you know. And I will tell you later if she follows back with me. Okay, so that was a little more customized to me. I'm going to send it. And guess what? Maybe she'll leave me on red. But if she does, cool. Maybe she gives me a follow. Maybe she follows the salon. Maybe she finds Irene. Like, and I could have even tagged Irene and been like, oh, Irene is looking for, but I have other stylists, so I don't want to play favorites or anything. But I'm just going to send this message and then I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put it in my iPhone notes and like you guys will have the script. I'll give you a script and you can edit. So you don't have to make your own. But you can say anything. You could say, hey, I love your work. I'd love to offer you a free blowout. You could literally invite them in for a free blowout just to meet you. And what's a free blowout cost you? Really just some time. And you have time on your book for a blowout at this point in time because you're not fully booked. So, you know, that's pretty cool. Plus, she has 78,000 followers. So I think I'd want to give her a free blowout and have her post a reel. So you could do that too. And then if you do that, you can then boost the reel to like go farther and that'll really kind of help. But I like knowing other business owners and like try to set up a referral with them or just say like, let's look up a couple others. So do one more. But did you see that I liked 3 pictures. I commented on 1 and then I sent the DM and a follow. So now she's going to open her notifications and see Emily Clymer, Emily Clymer, Emily Clymer, Emily Clymer. Like I'm going to get her attention. So this is what I call shopping for clients. And this is really what you should do in your downtime. And it's really freaking weird. And it feels super uncomfortable when you first do it. But Irene can testify our front desk girl has been doing this. And now she's getting bonuses for bringing people in. She brought in 2 balayages and a haircut this week. So that's huge. And it's literally copying, pasting, and she's actually going to send me her scripts and I'm going to upload hers and I'm going to make another template both for this module. But you could do this anywhere. Let's say you weren't into the tattoo artist. Let's say you want to be bougie and do all the realtors' hair. Like, these are all Las Vegas realtors, right? Like, she's got extensions. So I'm going to go look at her, and she's really pretty. I don't know any salons that are following her, and I do follow a lot of salons in the area. So I'm going to hit follow. I'm going to like, and then she has over 20 years experience. I'm going to say, I love your hair. So pretty. Okay. And now I'm in her page, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to message her. Wait, what's her name? See, I hate when they have like the name where I can't figure out what their name is. So it's Kina, Kina. Hey, Kina. This is why I like copying pasting it, because it's so much easier. And I probably have it somewhere in my notes, but I like to do everything the hard way. That's my way of doing it. I posted something sad on my Instagram, so people are sending me sad face. It's all the dogs that they caught yesterday on the 4th of July because of the fireworks. I don't know. If she responds back and be like, oh, I already have a stylist. Okay, great. Just let me know if you ever need anything. Some people will message back. Some people will leave you on red. You never really know what they're going to do. So you just got to kind of go with it. We showed you how to shop for clients. So that's a really good activity that you should do in downtime. Now, when you're shopping for clients, you need to make sure your like first 1, 2, 3 scrolls are full. So you need some content on here that shows who you are, what you stand for, what you believe in, who you're attracting, and the work you do. You need to figure out all of those things. So I do have another video on the segment that talks about your dream clientele. So you want to make sure you do that part. I'm going to view someone else's page. Actually, I know her, but her page is very aesthetically pleasing, which is great. But this is going to drive you mad to maintain an aesthetically pleasing account. Do not rack your brain on this. This is like 10-year-old social media or 5-year-old social media. You don't have to do this. I do love that she has names of what, like The Secret to Teasy Lights Hairline Tutorial, but here clearly she's attracting hairstylists because she is an educator. So you don't want to be doing the content like this because you're attracting clients, not attracting stylists. But, she does have some topics which are good. She also does have some pictures of herself. This is an amazing photo, but you should have a video of this and make it literally like a 2 or 3 second reel. And then let's see, is her caption? Okay, so her caption's kind of long. And again, you make those captions in your iPhone notes to make it laid out that way. So you have to write it into your notes if you want it to be a certain way. Otherwise, it's just going to all blend together. But if you're going to make this a video, you want to walking towards the person as you record it, not away from them. Away as you're leaving, towards as you're coming, right? So start and get their whole body and then walk in and get like the dimension of the hair or pinch it or whatever. But I also really like that she's actually taking the picture. So maybe someone else is recording you from afar and then walking towards you. And maybe they like go close to the phone screen. But the caption that everyone on this course is going to do, they're going to write why they are a hairstylist and they're going to go deep. Do you know that every single hairstylist that I interview, every single one of them, even you, Irene, you want to be a hairstylist because you want to make people feel beautiful. Every one of you, every one of us. Why? because at some point in time, someone made us feel not beautiful. So we need to spread that love, spread that beauty and that happiness. So literally go deep on this topic. If you max out your characters in your description, bonus points, continue it in the first comment and then put your hashtags in another comment. So then you have 2 comments on your reel. You have a reel that's only like 5 seconds. It's literally a video of you taking a photo. And then you wrote everything about it. So the longer it takes someone to read it, like let's go to an actual reel. She has like no reels. That's actually really bad. So, okay, so this one. So, but I'm on this reel, but if this caption is super long, it's going to take me a long time to read it, and it's going to keep playing my reel over and over and over and over and over again, which is going to get you more views and get your page boosted and more followers, right? So short videos, like 10-second videos, but make sure they're 10 seconds or even 15. Anything under a minute is going to perform really well. Anything over a minute can be too long, but that doesn't mean that it's bad. You just want to aim for them to be a minute. So if you have your voice on the video, it's original audio, that's going to go even further for reels. Let's actually not look up hairstyles. Let's just go to reels. Just scroll and like find sounds. Like I kind of want to know what they're doing now. Actually, I made cocktails with those drinks yesterday. And then see how you have the caption here, and you're going to keep watching because you're going to read the caption. And then this one has the captions on. So you want your captions on because a lot of people are in bed and their partner's sleeping and they're watching Instagram because they can't sleep. So they have to read it on silent. So if you do voiceover or words, you want to make sure those captions are on, closed captions. Okay. Like these ones are a little high. You usually want them to be in the middle of the photo, but it depends on how you film. You also want to make sure that it's not too wide in case you use your content for TikTok. You want to make sure that it's, because the TikTok is like a different, where the buttons are, they're not on the bottom. Actually, they're kind of like this on the side. So like this is good right here where her words are. And you want to make sure they're a little narrow, but you want them to like only show 1 or 2 lines at a time. And there's a lot of different ways to do this, but that's why I pay an editor so I don't have to do the captions myself. And you want to make sure that you have like some long ones. I'm just going to use a couple of my own for an example. This one like went viral and I don't even know why. And I'm so mad. This video sat in my drafts for 6 months to a year, and then it went viral. So many views did it have? 14,000 views. And I didn't even care about it. Like, want to know how often you should get a haircut. And then I wrote a really long caption, right? So people had to read it, so they got more views. But it also gave content, right? So I'm providing information that's valuable to a client. Because they read that and they're like, oh, how often should I get my haircut? And clients don't know. It's up to us to teach our clients how often they come back, how often they get services done, how to take care of their hair. Like one of our other stylists, I mean, you work with her all the time. Have you seen how she closes out her retail and she talks about, well, what treatment are you using on your hair? Well, I'm not using a treatment on my hair. Well, you should be using a conditioning treatment once a week on your hair if you want it to be the best it can be. Here are 3 of them I like, and almost everyone leaves the treatment. And then like one of my other favorites is like teaching people how to use dry shampoo. And I have some really old videos on here that are actually really good. I should repurpose them, like this one. Like it literally shows people how to use dry shampoo. And then let's see, how long is the caption? It's just a short caption. But again, if I would have had captions on top of that content, or I remake that video talking about how to use dry shampoo when your hair is clean and dry and preventing the oils coming through. Or currently on the market, the new K18 dry shampoo is out, and that's like the latest technology. But really creating value in your content. Have you ever had someone that just like messages you all the time, like, oh my gosh, I follow this athletic brand till you collapse. They literally text me 4 times a day. Buy my product, buy my product, buy my product, buy my product. This sale, you can get this free, blah, 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 blah. Every day is annoying, right? So as a hairstylist, everyone's guilty of this, so don't take this personally if it's you. But it says all they post is, I have an opening this day, 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 I have an opening this day. What value are you giving your client? You're just begging for them to come in. You need to provide a value, and you need to provide connection with them, and you need to have conversations with them, right? You want your clients to repost your work. So that's all about teaching them. I'm going to put it in the link below, but we have like a digital referral card that you can use. So we have this cute little digital, like virtual gift certificate that we can give out. So this is an area that you can teach your current clients in your chair. Like, hey, Ashley, I love doing your hair. Like, you're my dream client, everything about you. I know that when you leave here today, all your friends are going to compliment your hair. And I just want you to know I'm building my clientele. So every time someone gives you a compliment, I'd love if you could pass this off to them. Also, if you love your hair so much, I would love if you could share your hair picture to your social media page that we just took, or this video, or this reel I'm making, and then also post this $20 gift certificate for your friends to enjoy. And just so you know, every friend that you send to me, you get $20 towards your next service. So if you send 5 friends, you get $100 off. Sound cool? Now you want to do it, right, Irene? Even though you're not Ashley. I always use Ashley as like a name of someone I'm talking to when I'm doing that. So that's just one way. So this digital card, like you can make it your own. You can put your own logo. You can do whatever you want on it. You can put your handles and stuff like that. And actually, Irene, I'm going to go ahead and send this to you right now. So my client posted this picture after I moved up her extensions. And then she said, your hair is the ball gown that you never take off. Special thanks to Emily from A Perfect Hue, another hair slay. She's helped me regain confidence and a little bit happier after every visit. And I was like, love the quote and love you. Thank you for trusting me with your hair. Glad you feel confident again. So social media is social. I see so many stylists getting comments on their photos and they don't respond to them. Like you literally have to respond to every comment. You can do just a like, but you know, if they just say pretty, like do a like. But if they say this, like you need to respond to that. You need to share that on your page with like, and if you hit the share button, share to, oh, it's private, so it won't let me. But I could screenshot it and share it too. But if her page was public, I could hit the share button, put it on my page, and then you hit the button. Let me show you with a different one. Let me go to A Perfect Hue's page. All right. So if you hit it, it'll show the caption below it. So then you can click off and it doesn't show, but if you click it, it shows. So then I'll just share that to my story, because we're doing that back to school drive, right? But you can do that. Okay. So back to that digital referral card that I gave you. So this is the best thing. And I said early in the call, you don't need a business card anymore. You don't. You have that card saved on your phone in your favorites folder, accessible all the time. And if you want to mark it up and add your handle to it and the salons, whatever you do. But let's say I'm out to dinner. Old school stylists would be like, just leave their card in with the tip, which is bullshit. You never even talked to the person or told them what you do. When people do this, I'm like, that is so stupid. I would never come to see anyone if they just like left a card in the bill. That's so weird. I'm going to tell you a true story. My husband and I went out to dinner 3 weeks ago. We went to the sushi spot at one of the casinos on the strip. And on my way out, the hostess girl, like she first, like I have food allergies. So I asked her when I got there, do you cater to them? And she's like, absolutely. And I was like, cool. So we sat down, I had a great dinner. Everything was really like they went above and beyond with my allergies, which is really hard if you have allergies, you know, sometimes you get shamed, whatever, but it was really great. So on the way out, I stopped by again and I thanked her. And then I said, your hair is so pretty. I own a salon locally. If you ever need a haircut, I'd love to have you come in. And she was like, oh my God, I'm looking for a new salon. Great. So what do? I grab my phone and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, what's your handle on Instagram? So I pull up Instagram. I type in her handle. I'm like, is that you? Cool. And then I follow her and then I screenshot her page because I'm on date night. I'm not working. My husband knows I do this everywhere. Like he's so used to it, but I screenshot and I put my phone away. That's it. So later when I got home that night or the next day, whatever, when you can get back to your phone, I went to her page on the salon page because I followed her from the salon page. I sent it to my page so that I could follow her. So then I followed her. I sent her that digital card. And then I also said, hey, it was so great meeting you last night. Thank you so much for helping me like find a place that I could feel comfortable with my food allergies. And then I saw that she had pit bulls in her story. And I was like, oh my God, you have pit bulls. I love pit bulls too. We've literally been talking like every other day for the last 3 weeks on Instagram now. So, like, but I consider myself an extreme extrovert. I know not everyone is this way and this crazy like me. And that's totally okay. But when you're like meeting people out in public, you don't need a card anymore. You just need to follow their Instagram and then screenshot it. So another example, I went to this party. It was a year ago and I had 3 people ask me, they're like, oh my God, you own a hair salon? I need more info. And I was like, cool. Like we're hanging out and we're having a good time at the party. Let me get your info and call you tomorrow. So I opened my iPhone notes. I took everyone's phone number down or whatever I needed. And I wrote a list of all the people I need to reach out to the next day. And then the next day I reached out to them and then handled business. Like, I'm not going to spend my entire time at a party working. Like, I'm going to be there to have fun. But then I can also send them the $20 off coupon and invite them in. Or you could just airdrop that coupon to them as well. Again, I'm an iPhone obsessed person. So I'm sorry if you don't have iPhone and you have Android, but you need to join the party. No hate, just I love Apple so much. But airdrop is a really good way. You don't have to give out your personal phone number. And I already said earlier, like you need to either have a Google phone number or use a salon phone number because you don't want to be a week on vacation and having all your clients blow up your phone. Or even worse yet, and one of my leaders in the salon, she is learning now to stop messaging clients because they're texting her personal number pissed off about cancellation policy or whatever. Like they got pissed off about their service or whatever, customer complaint. You don't want the client to have your number to deal with a customer complaint. If you work in a commission salon, like my job as a leader in our salon is to handle complaints and handle customer complaints. And I'm trained and I know what to do. And we work as a team. So like Irene, for example, like I hope that this doesn't happen, but let's say you did a haircut and they didn't like it for whatever reason. You can never please everyone. It's going to happen at some point. So we call the client back and we say, thank you so much for letting us know. We like to maintain the original stylist. Is it okay if Irene fixes the haircut for you? They're like, nope, I don't feel comfortable with that. Okay, cool. Then let's put you with this other stylist. In our salon, Irene gets paid and the stylist that redid the haircut gets paid. Everyone's happy. And that's just how we do it. So you really want to make sure that whoever is handling the complaints or whatever in the salon is trained. Or if you're on your own, you need to make sure that you can separate that out. But you want to have a separate phone number because you don't want people to interrupt your personal time. And I know this from experience. I actually had a client threatening to sue me and all kinds of stuff before. It's totally going to happen at some point to somebody. You get bad reviews. Again, in my review videos, I told you to wait 24 hours before you respond to a review because you don't want to respond emotionally and you need to have time to settle your feelings. But let's not get off on a tangent because I'm good at that. And I will have another segment in my course on how to have communications and like basic communication skills. I know that not everyone is crazy extreme extrovert like me. And I honestly am happy that you accepted to be on this call because I do know you're introverted. And I've worked with a lot of people who do consider themselves introverts. And even my husband is a little bit introverted. So I am around them, but I have to like kind of figure out my headspace for that because I'm just so like, I'll literally make friends with anyone, anywhere. That's just my person. But when you're in a situation like this, the easiest way to start a conversation with someone is to compliment them. So if your waitress has really cute curtain bangs, be like, oh my gosh, I love your curtain bangs. They're so cute. Or, oh gosh, I love your color or something like that. Or if they have curly hair, like some of our stylists are curly specialists. Oh my gosh, I love your curls. I own a salon and we do a lot of curly cuts if you're ever looking for someone to do your hair. Or, oh, your hair is so pretty. I'd love to give you a complimentary blowout if you want to come in and check me out. It's not easy to say. I know it's not easy, but you can muster up the courage to say those words. And yes, it'll feel like you're dying inside, but it doesn't physically cause you harm and it does not kill you. And how bad do you want it? How bad do you want the money? How bad do you want the clientele? How bad do you want to grow? And also figuring out what is your why? Like I already know Irene has a son And I'm sure that that's her why, because if you're a mom, your kid is your why. No matter what, you will do everything in your power for your child. And she wants to provide a great life for her kid. And maybe she wants to provide even better than what her parents did, because we all want that. Everyone in life wants that, right? So like things that maybe she didn't have as a kid, she wants to provide for her kid in the future. So that is going to be her why. That's why she's going to work hard. That's why she's going to make herself say these uncomfortable conversations and put herself out there. But here's the other thing. If you're comfortable, you're not growing. So you have to get used to being a little uncomfortable to grow a little farther. And we just had someone speak in our salon about health, and it's just like moving that notch just a little bit farther, just to keep putting your best foot forward and growing every day. So that was a lot of information, and I think we've already been like an hour and a half now. So I said it was probably going to be an hour and a half because I can talk. I love hearing that all that was really helpful. I can't wait to see like what you use and how you use these tools and how it helps you. And I'm really glad that you were on this call with me today. Thank you so much for being part of this call today. And I will see you soon.